Hey, let's take a look at section 1.3, functions of human life, specifically the relationship between metabolism, catabolism, and anabolism. Okay, basically metabolism is the sum of all the chemical reactions that happen within your body. And so for example, looking at the figure here, if you take in food, you eat food, right? It's kind of like Napoleon Dynamite. Eat the food, Tina. Eat the food. If you haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite, great movie. Great movie. So anyhow, you eat food, right? And one of the reasons that we eat food is to get nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and energy from the food. So catabolic reactions, otherwise known as catabolism, what they do is they break down food into smaller and smaller particles. And in doing so, it releases energy. And we use that energy for stuff, okay? And those particles that the food gets broken down into, your body then rearranges those parts and makes new things out of them. And we call that anabolism. And that requires the input of energy, okay? So that's very abstract. Let's take a look at a concrete example here, okay? So let's say here we have a chunk of food, specifically protein. So it could be chicken, fish, beef, tofu, whatever, okay? So let's say we're eating a piece of chicken, right? And that chicken protein, hopefully you remember from biology, is made up of amino acids. So here I made 7 amino acids linked together to form a protein, a piece of chicken, okay? So when you eat that chicken, you're going to chew it up and you're going to break it down physically. You're also going to break it down chemically. We have enzymes in our digestive system that break down different substances. Okay, so you have what are called proteases. Proteases break down proteins chemically. They're enzymes. Okay, so you're going to catabolize that chicken. You're going to break it down into smaller and smaller pieces, and eventually we're going to get down to the point where we have these amino acids here in the figure that are all separate. It's kind of like taking a thing made out of Legos and breaking it apart into the bricks, okay? An easy way to remember catabolism is if you're stuck on a deserted island and you have to resort to cannibalism to survive, you're going to turn to the person next to you and you're going to eat them. That is cannibalism, which sounds like catabolism. You're breaking things down. Okay, so now what do you do with those amino acids? Well, your body's going to take those amino acids and it's going to rearrange those into a different order. That's the key. Your body's going to rearrange those amino acids into a different order and make a protein or proteins that are of use to you. Like, for example, myosin, troponin, tropomyosin, enzymes, protein channels, the sodium potassium ATPase pump. That is made up, that is a protein embedded in cell walls, cell membranes, okay? And when you take those pieces and you add them together to form something new, we call that anabolism. An easy way to remember anabolism is steroids, anabolic steroids, illegal for use by professional athletes. Anabolic steroids build up muscle mass. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to show off. Build up muscle mass. So when you break things down, it's catabolism. When you build things up, it's anabolism, okay? And again, it's very important you look at the figure here. When I rearrange these amino acids, I put them in a different order so they form a different shape. Remember, primary shape, secondary shape, tertiary, and quaternary for proteins. It's important to remember that we use gene expression to make proteins. So I don't know if you remember transcription, translation, making your messenger RNA, ribosome, transfer RNAs, dropping off amino acids. Those brand new proteins go in vesicles to the Golgi bodies to get checked and packaged and sent out throughout the cell. Well, that's what we're talking about, okay? So here is a concrete example. And again, metabolism is the sum of all the catabolic reactions in the body. So here's a very concrete example. All right, I grew up playing with Legos. My son grew up playing with Legos. So did my daughter. We all did. So from the same set of bricks, you can make a jet fighter, you can make a propeller plane, and you can make a boat, all from the same set of bricks. Okay, take it apart, you catabolize, put it together, you anabolize. Okay, so this is all part of metabolism, and here is a diagram of some of the metabolic pathways that occur in the human body. It's mind-boggling how much is going on inside our bodies.